up? It's D Will. I'm back at it again. Episode 118. Got a good one for y'all today. Got my guy Jordan Doss tapping in with me. He's gonna come on here and tell his story. Met my guy, Denard Pro Run. Shout out to the Denard Bros, putting together an incredible pro runs every Tuesday and Thursday in Chicago. Um, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow on all music platforms. The D Will Show is on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube. Make sure you guys go follow there. Feel like Jordan is here already. Let me bring him in real quick. Brody, what's up, Brody?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good. I'm good.
Man, I appreciate you taking time out, tapping on my platform. You know what I'm saying? We met the Nard Bros, so I appreciate you taking time to come on here, bro.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, for sure. To start it off, Brody, you know what I mean? Just kind of talk about your upbringing really quick. How'd you really get involved with hooping and stuff like that?
I've been hooping since I was like about 4 years old. It's always
Mm-hmm.
been in the family. My brothers played basketball too. My dad played, so it was always, something that was in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And, I went to Chicago Hope Academy, which is actually where we hosted our pro runs at.
Mm-hmm.
And, went to JUCO, two different JUCOs. And then ended up at Western New Mexico.
Facts, facts. Okay, now like when you started hooping, when did you really realize that? What was that moment for you when you was like, all right, I'm a hoop, I'm nice with it?
I ain't gonna lie, I was young when I first really knew I wanted to do it for real. I was about like 8. I had
Oh,
seen
okay.
I seen Kobe for the first time, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. But around like probably when I was in high school, I started realizing I was getting good at it, and I'm like, man, I could really do something with this. So I just kept it going around there.
Okay. Okay. For you, bro, like I said, when you was coming up and you realized you wanted to hoop, who is like your favorite players that you were watching, whether they be NBA players, people in the neighborhood, and who did you kind of like pattern your game after a little bit?
My brothers for sure. They
Mm-hmm.
away. My brothers Jonathan and Joshua, they went to Taft High School. They played against Jabari Parker and Wayne Blackshear and all the guys who are really good, back in that time. So watching them, play on that level, I was like, all right, my brothers can do it. I can sure do it.
Yeah.
Confidence. And obviously, like on a higher scale, probably like Kobe, Bron, KD.
Yeah.
Kind of cliche, but like, that's what I watched. So that's what I saw growing up. So
Yeah.
that was
Facts.
always my game
Okay.
after.
Okay. What has been like a favorite moment of your career so far? I know you're still kind of young, you still got more ball to play, life to live, but do you have a particular favorite moment now, you know what I mean, that you still kind of
Ooh,
hang on to?
yeah, it's actually kind of fresh. It was scoring my first professional basket over in Portugal. Uh, when I did that, it was different.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was official. Like I for the basket, like I'm an actual professional basketball player. I'm on the board.
I'm here.
I remember
Yeah,
scoring my very first bucket when I was a freshman on varsity. So that kind of just it all
yeah,
was like, man, that's crazy. Like
yeah, that's tough. Um, for you, bro, you have a favorite moment just as a basketball fan? Like, is it just, like you said, you were pro brothers playing against Jabari? Was it something like that, like as far as your favorite moment for you, rather it be just seeing that from your brothers up close, or you know what I mean, like you said, an NBA game, Kobe, something like that? Like, what has been a favorite moment for you as a fan?
I'm being a little biased here, but it was my brother when
Yeah,
he tabbed at Lane Tech, and it was Lane Tech's senior night. It was crazy. Hit a free throw.
uh,
It wasn't senior night. It was uh, silent night. So on the 10th point, they just go
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I going on. I'm just in the stands. So they hit the free throw. The whole crowd. I'm like,
yeah,
huh? My brother just came down. Bang, hit a
yeah,
three. Had to
yeah,
stand. Like, just shut up. We was like, yeah. Like, that's why I was like, man, like, that,
yeah.
that was that was definitely a good moment. See my brother doing that and just hyping him up
Facts,
for sure.
facts. Okay. For you, bro, I know you said you went to Hope Academy. You know what I mean? How was your time there, and kind of how was like your recruiting process a little bit? I know everybody is they got their pros and cons of it. But for
Mm.
you, was it something that you enjoy? And what were some of the schools that was looking at you and that you were
Hope,
talking to?
Hope was amazing. It was a small school, small private Christian school on the west side of Chicago. Um, we were always underrated. We were one school, and nobody took us seriously. But then, my senior year, we ended up going to state. That's when we started getting real cred, and we kind of built from there. And like ever since then, I feel like I've been a part of a pretty big legacy that goes down over there at Hope. And out of high school, not that many schools. A lot of JUCO schools, a few Division I, like looking for red shirts. But I ended up going JUCO because my brother's been JUCO. I just followed their route, and then took off from there.
Yeah. Now, how did you end up at that particular school? Like, did they reach out to you? Was it more
Yeah,
like?
they reached out to me. A bunch of JUCOs reached out to me at the time because they all thought, I had potential. I just needed a few years to develop my body because I was mad skinny coming out my senior year.
Yeah.
So it was all like JUCO route, and I was cool with it because, my brothers did it and they went Division I, so I figured I could do it too. But yeah, just a bunch of really top JUCOs, Kirkwood, Ren Lake, Sheridan, a bunch of really good JUCOs were after me. So I just thought that was the best route, so I ended up doing that.
Facts. Okay. Now, how did you adapt to the whole college game style? You know what I mean? From high school, it's totally different. You know what I mean? Dude's bigger, faster, stronger. The game is faster. How did you adapt to it? How long did it take you to adapt to the style of play?
Honestly, the biggest thing was getting my conditioning. I knew that those guys, they play at a higher level, and they play at a high level for a longer time.
Yeah.
So that was my main thing, making sure that I'm able to even just be able to breathe out there.
Yeah.
Because once you're there, you know what I'm saying, then you can really do what you need to do. Like, so just the body right and getting your conditioning right, and then you can do whatever you need to do after that. But you can't do nothing if you can't breathe.
Now, how long did it take you though? Like, did you kind of like first week you kind of adapt to it, or was it something like, all right, man, it's gonna take a minute?
It was pretty natural because in high school, I ran cross country for 4 years, so it was something
He was good,
But once I got it down at the college level, then I was just started focusing on like, what are the things that I can do to now that I'm in shape, what else can I do to impact the game? Shooting is a big thing for me. I'm a shooter. I shoot pretty well. But there are other things that I know I need to do to affect the game, especially in JUCO. Because those coaches, some teams, they already got the guys where they're scoring 20, 40. But some coaches looking for guys who are going to give you 10 points a game. Even Division I coaches, they got the guys game that can do the right things, that's coachable, So I just try to stay on that path and also let them know that I am capable of scoring the ball at a high level too, but still able to be other things outside of that.
How else can you impact the game? Not everybody needs scores, you know what I mean?
A lot of things, it's playing deep, communicating, it's talking, it's encouraging your teammates, all that stuff, especially when you're going to be part of a winning program. Many winning programs that don't have all of those little things, that they do on a daily basis. So, that's what we try to do because, my shot's not always going to fall, but I can play, I can rebound, I can run the floor, I can cut, you know what I'm saying? So when my man, he got somebody to pass it to, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Make the game easier for yourself, For you, Brody, you know what I mean? Not to get too personal, you know what I'm saying? But like whatever you're willing to share. Just growing up in Chicago, just life taking this, course at times. What has kind of been something that's like that you had to overcome in your life that kind of made you the man you are now?
Man, we could be here all day if I told you everything. But I think just the fact of knowing where you're from and just knowing the circumstances that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? From the west side of Chicago, like we know, like stuff happens is have you setbacks. But my mom always told me it's all about how you respond. So like, like getting cut from teams or like dealing with like gang violence or like death of friends. We've all been through that. So I think just continuing to stay like patient and just putting your head on and working. That's really, because
that's all, bro. Keep working, grind, don't give up.
That could be
for sure.
All about a lot of things. Just putting your mind to it and just working. So I firmly believe. So.
Thanks. And for what you know now, bro, from like, just the time we've been on here, I could tell that you're really, strong mentally. If you could give some game to your 16-year-old self, what you know now, what would be some advice that you would tell yourself that you know now that you didn't know then?
Man, I tell them not to go to a few schools. I tell them that for sure. I would just tell them to take everything in. You know, really, really live in the moment. Also know that, you know, it's gonna get tough.
Yeah.
One thing you can't do is fold.
In fact.
Because it's gonna get harder when you fold.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well. And I've been doing it for so long. You might as well just stick with it. You know, you've been doing it for so long. What's the point of giving up now?
Facts.
You know?
Facts. The moment you give up might be the moment it can change for you.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly. And it's don't happen, like we said, but like that work. I heard Iman Shumpert say one time, just work until you get it how you wanted it in your head when you was a little kid. And that's so true. That's so true. Like just keep working until you get to what you want to do. It might take a long time, but you know, so what?
Facts.
You love it.
You love it, you're gonna grind for it, you know.
Feel me?
Another thing too, bro, for you, just as a game of basketball, you know what I mean, how much it helps save our lives and help open opportunities for us. But as overall, just being a hooper and being a professional, what has the game taught you that kind of carry into life? You know what I mean? I know you talked about not giving up, but like what else has it taught you that you kind of live by today?
That's actually a good question. What has it taught me? I think outside of like, you know, perseverance and stuff like that, I think it just really taught me that the world is a little more smaller than we think it is. You know, there's a lot of people that I didn't do, but I know because of basketball.
Facts.
And like I think outside of like the technical stuff about basketball, like, you know, the scoring, if you take that out of it and you just put the fact that basketball is a thing that can bring people together, you know, build relationships and bonds, like I think that's the most important thing right there. You know, like I said, like when we have guys that, you know, in Chicago that you maybe lost to gun violence or other things, and you're like, the first thing I say is I used to hoop with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
All the time. So I think just building that relationship through basketball is something that's taught me, and I think it's amazing. You know, I've made so many friends and, you know, family through this game.
Facts. Respect. Like I said, I know it's still kind of early for you, bro. You still kind of getting your feet wet with being a professional. But when the ball stops bouncing for you, you know, what are kind of some ideas that you have? Do you see yourself being a coach, you know, owner, stuff like that? Like, if you're willing to share, I know sometimes people don't be willing to share their dreams and goals, but like, you know, if you don't mind, you know, what is kind of some ideas that you'd like to have that you would like to do when the ball is done for you?
I definitely want to continue with basketball. Probably work with some kids. You know, I do my major in childhood education. That's something that I've always wanted to do. You know, my mom owns a daycare center. I'm actually here right now.
Yeah.
but
Salute, bro.
I always want to do, you know, probably coach kids or stay around the game, but also just like giving back to those little kids, because I was at their shoes at one point, and I'm a firm believer in, you know, if you teach your kids the right thing, you raise them the right way, it won't turn into, you know, excuse my language, assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't kids come out like that, and it all starts when they're younger.
Facts. They're still in them young.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So these questions is kind of like put you on the hot seat a little bit, bro. This one right here, like I said, we Chicago dude, so this is probably my favorite one to ask anybody from Chicago. If you can create an all-time five from the Chi, who would be your five? All time.
Chicago?
All time. Yeah, from Chicago.
That's tough. All right. Okay. All right. I played for Team Rose, so obviously at the one, I got Derrick Rose.
Facts. That's almost like mandatory.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a question. Two. At the two? Wow. Dwyane Wade, even though you're from Robbins, give me Dwyane Wade.
Okay.
And then at three, y'all gonna be surprised, but give me Barry. Give me Jabari.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. Hey, I'm not mad at that, Brody.
When I was in high school, that man was a god. All-American, #1 player in the country, but dude commit. Like, I know he been injuries, but give me a healthy Jabari, a first round pick at 3.
Facts.
This kind of don't count, but give me KG at 4.
Yeah.
But give me KG because we clean.
Yeah. Come on over here. Hey, look, bro. He talk about Chicago almost every interview, bro. So we gotta kind of take him in. Yeah.
And then at 5, do I know any big man? How do I know?
You know, one, bro.
AD.
Yeah.
Oh, my man. Yeah, my brother had to play with AD at Perspective.
For real? Oh, tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Give me AD.
Okay, respect. for you, bro, if you could play one-on-one against anybody, former players, NBA pros, legends, if you could just have the opportunity to play one-on-one with anybody, who would you want to play against, bro?
It was for sure Kobe. It
Yeah,
was for sure Kobe.
facts. I kind of figured that.
If not Kobe, definitely Bron.
Oh,
Bron.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
LeBron a few buckets, just to let him know that I'm like,
Yeah. If you could listen to 3 albums for the rest of your life, bro, what 3 albums would you rock out with?
3 albums for the rest of my life. All right, for sure, give me Views by Drake. I think that's his best album in my opinion.
Okay.
I got Views, and then give me Born Sinner by J. Cole. Like,
Oh yeah, ooh, underrated. Yeah.
Give me Born Sinner, and then J. Cole my favorite rapper, so I don't want to keep saying him again. But give me
Hey, this for you, bro. This for you.
Right.
This your 3 for the rest of your life. So hey,
give me maybe Forest Hill Drive, probably.
Okay, yeah. You rocking out for sure. If you could have 5 dinner guests, bro, anybody in the world, past, living or dead, that you could just sit and just chop it up with about life, hoops, whatever. What 5 would you want to have at your table to just pick their brain at?
Gotta have Bron at the table for sure. I need to know how he even staying this healthy for sure. I'm not doing all that. I'll probably put Kobe there too because Kobe is my idol. We'll sit at the table. J. Cole is there.
Yeah.
Let me see. I've met a decent amount of celebrities.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who else would I put there? I said Bron, Kobe, J. Cole. This is a good question. Maybe that's a good question. Maybe Obama. I always want to be Obama. Right.
That's a good one.
Definitely Obama. I did a speech of him when I was in elementary school. Definitely for sure. That 4.
One more, Brody.
And then let me see. Probably Selena Gomez.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
My little celebrity, everybody knows. So
Yeah. Okay. For sure. If you could get courtside tickets to any NBA game ever, bro, what game would you choose?
I'm definitely choosing the Spurs versus the Heat games in San Antonio.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because San Antonio is my dream. I want to play for them in the NBA.
Yeah.
I love the culture over there. They're a winning program. I like how they do things over there. And then he playing against the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. So for sure.
Thanks. Shout out G for 3. Rumor has he has an NBA scout. Shout out G for 3, man. Man, if you can get any former NBA jersey, what NBA jersey would you rock? It's so many tough ones out there, Brody. I love asking hoopers that because I kind of see that where they mind at.
That's crazy. You make me choose between Kobe and LeBron because I have to go there. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's between Kobe's number 8 jersey, probably he scored 81.
Yeah.
Or LeBron's 2016. Crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Man. Last few questions I got for you, Brody. If you could recommend somebody to come on the show to kind of tell their story a little bit, kind of pick their brain and kind of just, because we really don't know the inside of what people go through. We only see what you guys present to us, just being a professional. So if you could recommend anybody to come on here and kind of tell their story a little bit, who would you suggest that I get on here?
The first person that comes to my mind is always my boy Javion. Me and him, we grew up together. We went to Hope together. He has a pretty interesting story, and his will and want to is definitely that's worth hearing. He has a lot of things that he's been through that he's persevered. Going JUCO, is 1 point guard and being 2-time all defensive team in the WAC. I think he'd be definitely a guy that you would come out here and like to talk to you.
Okay.
So.
Okay, for sure. We'll talk. We'll set that up.
Yeah.
And for you, Brody, I know you said you touch, playing overseas ball. how did you adapt to that? You know what I mean? The different lifestyle, different, time zones sometimes, you might miss the family. Like how did you adapt to that? How did you persevere through it? And you know what I mean? I said you had a great season. I think you was averaging like 22 points, five, stuff like that. How did you maintain the lifestyle over there and being a pro now that you were actual pro now?
It was tough. I didn't really know what to expect at first. I know it was going to be like college, or if it was some real, and it was definitely a little different.
Yeah.
And it was tough, man. Not speaking the language, like you said, the time zone. I was about 7 hours ahead of my people, so it was tough, But I think how I adapted to it physically was just staying in the gym. That's all you do out there. You ain't going.
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
got no. Your job is waking up and going to that gym for
Facts.
that's what I was doing. But I think mentally how I got through it, I just remember my why. Why I'm out here
Yeah.
why 24 hours out here in the first.
Facts.
Whenever I thought about quitting or giving up or whatever, I was just like, you know what, I'm here for a reason. And I'm not gonna be here forever. I have a long-term goal, obviously, in the NBA. So I'm gonna keep that. And just remembering why I'm there in the first place. And that kind of kept me going.
Facts. Facts. Okay. Last one for you, Brody, is if you can give game to any young hoopers that may be coming from Chicago or across the world that may have a similar story or a similar path that you had, if you could just give them any game to kind of they could just take in from a pro that they can take in and help move forward down the line.
The most important thing that I would say to a young kid about being a professional, about being a college athlete, even a high school athlete, play your game.
Mm.
You can model your game after anybody you want. But at the end of the day, your game is your game.
Facts.
And you perfect your game, you can make it wherever you want to.
Facts.
I always say that there's a strict way of how to shoot the three. Look at Tyrese Halliburton. His shot is ugly, but he shoots 40-something% from the three. He plays his game, and I respect that. So whatever game it is, don't be ashamed of it. Don't let people bash you. Just play your game, perfect your game, and you will get whatever you want to get.
Facts. I hope all the youngsters out there take that in from a pro player. Like I said, we haven't really been able to talk, but I've seen you at the pro runs a few times. Fan of your game, bro. You know what I mean? You definitely could hoop. I thought you was gonna body dude last week. I jumped out my seat. I don't know if you see me right there. I don't know if you see me right there courtside, but I jumped up out my seat when you did it. I was like, so I just want to say love to you, Brody. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Denard Bros, bro. So I hope, whatever your future endeavors are, bro, all health, success to you, Brody. You know what I mean? We'll tap in more. So we locked in now, Brody. You know what I mean? You my dog now. So we're gonna lock in.
Love, my guy. Appreciate that.
For sure. Love, Brody.
Love.
All right.